Canelo signs for a whopping $365 million bare minimum dollars. Where they do that at? Apparently Dazn. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, listen, man, this is crazy. I mean, congrats to Canelo, all right? Because I heard that HBO had the first dibs to try to get Canelo, but they could not match the $365 bare minimum dollars that Dazn put up, guys. And I'm going to say this right here, that this is going to help out Dazn, especially since they want to tap into the U.S. market, because Canelo does have a loyal fan base, and this is the type of move that'll have his fan base say, you know what, instead of paying $85 or $95 or high definition for his fights when it happens, we'll just pay this $9.99 for this Dazn app, whatever it is, and then just watch him 2 times a year, May and September. So this is actually a good move for them, but man, $365 bare minimum dollars? Whoo! I'm going to tell you right now, if I was Dazn and I was given this amount of money, I'll be like, okay, listen, $365 million bare minimum, pending that you strive to be undisputed within the first 2 or 3 years, or you fight the top. Every fight has to be a top 5 above contender. You know, it has to be. We want to see those fights. You know, is Demetrius Andrade win on this Saturday? You know, against Walter. You know, try to go after people like that. Try to go after, you know, another rematch, a trilogy with Triple G. You know, assuming Triple G don't lose, or fight the up and coming Jamal Charlo. You know, or do the Danny Jacobs. Listen, man, when you're talking about, what was a guy, was it a 10-fight, 11-fight deal? Maybe it's an 11-fight deal, 5 years. And that's starting with the one that's happening against the, what's his name? Rocky, against Rocky Fielding. So it's going to start there at 168 pounds against Rocky Fielding, guys. And Rocky Fielding look like, man, life size bigger than Canelo, you know what I'm saying? But I imagine Canelo is going to try to come in and see if he can get to their body, but we have to see how that looks, guys. Again, this is your boy T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? We are here live, even though YouTube is going to make me upload it, which means it's going to be pre-recorded, but it's all done in one shot. So please, and I mean please, hit the like button, subscribe, sharing is caring. All right, so I did not hear that Eddie Hearn is involved in this deal whatsoever. But that does not mean he will not reap any benefits, because he will. The fact is that Canelo is going to generate more buys for the Dazn app and help this app be more successful and get a foothold in the United States, because people are going to buy it. But the thing is, now, once you have the app, and there's boxing matches that you normally would not have bought the app for, now you will watch it. You just tune in to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So he would get some of the residuals for it. You know, like, it's just like having a bucket that's catching all the water, but some of that water is going to splash down into other buckets under it. Eddie Hearn is going to be that other bucket that's going to catch some of those little drops. You know, in another way. Let's say this. You go to the club, right, with your friend, right? You know your friend's going to get all the girls. He's going to get all of them. The fact is, he can only leave home with one. Well, sometimes 2 or 3 if you're lucky. And, you know, you be the one to get some of those that filter down. You know what I'm saying? You be some of those that get the ones that he can't get. But, you know, they came over there for him. But, guys, let me get out my car. In case you guys don't know how I do it, you know, I go out to my car and break. I didn't get a chance to do one yesterday. I am working on the Demetrius Andrade. So when I go home today, I think I'm going to do a quick video and do the Demetrius Andrade about his fight coming up. But as I walk back to the building, guys, listen, man, it is going to help out Eddie Hearn. No, he is not going to get that type of money directly from Canelo, but he is going to get some of it because his fighters is going to get a little bit more exposure now. The simple fact is other people is going to buy the app. Now, I don't know how many people are going to buy it. I don't know, but I do assume that with Canelo signing, that is definitely going to increase their Mexican following. Now, I also heard that the app has more besides boxing, and especially if they sign for Canelo, I know a lot of Mexicans like soccer a lot. Or sometimes they call it football, or maybe we call football, the American football, where you're throwing a football and passing it. But most places call football is soccer. So let's get to it. I almost confused myself there for a second. All right. With that type of money, guys, $365 bare minimum dollars. You gotta see the tough fights, man. And I'm telling you right now that one of those fights has to be a trilogy with Triple G. No, it should not be the fight next. He should fight this dude Rocky, get the belt, come back down to 160, either fight and defend his belt against a top contender. Then after he do that, if Triple G goes along, let's say Triple G fights, and maybe Triple G pick up a belt. Maybe Triple G fights, what's his name? The guy that he fought to a very close, Danny Jacobs. Maybe he fights Danny Jacobs again. I don't know, man, but that's not an easy fight. Danny Jacobs is not an easy fight for anyone in the division. And the thing now is the 160-pound division is getting stacked, man. And especially if you get some of them other big boys to move up. I would like to see how Jared Hurd look at 160 pounds, even though he might stay at 154 for a while. Maybe, just maybe, he'll try to unify it. We will see. But man, with that type of money, you have to see the biggest fights that is going to help the zone, because honestly, the zone was hurting, man. They was hurting. That's probably why they threw a lot of that money, because they had a pretty good fight set up for this weekend. Billy Joe Saunders versus Demetrius Andrade. But Billy Joe Saunders got caught sniffing something that has something that was banned in it. That's what they say. So that fight didn't happen. And now Demetrius Andrade is fighting this Walter guy that a lot of people don't know anything about, but yet he has a lot of knockouts. At least, I think it was 16 fights, 15 knockouts, something like that. But like I said, guys, this is going to help the app out. I heard it wasn't selling as well, but this should do it. We have to see what happens next. But let me go and get in, guys. I'm pacing back and forth, and there's a lot of people be looking at me, staring at me. Who is this